people don't realize that, like when they read the first book, they just kind of go like, oh, so that's it. She just quote unquote gave up and never wrote again. And it's like, well, no, she does manage to write. And I think that they try to sort of give you that feeling when you see in the adaptations him helping her to publish a story, whether it's the sort of Little Women itself or as I kind of like in the 1949 version where it's the My Beth story. I totally understand when people do that because her writing Little Women because it's supposed to be like we all know that the Marches are the fictional version of the Alcotts, but I feel like when you go a little too far, you're sort of blending what is real and what's fiction, almost crossing the streams, as they say in Ghostbusters, which is something that really happened in Gerwig's version, which confused the hell out of me, particularly with the doesn't she end up with Friedrich kind of ending, which I did not think was a great end. But I like that the idea that he follows her work, and I think if he was going to publish anything, it'd be the My Beth sort of story or poems, however it is. And I think it's only in the 2017 version, the Masterpiece one, where we see, well, I don't think we actually see it, but I feel like we get hints of it in the 1978 version that we see Friedrich kind of following Jo's writings after New York. And that tells a lot that he genuinely is watching how she progresses and is very proud of her to the point of cutting it out and putting it on his fireplace as like almost as if like, you know, look at what the woman that I'm in love with just did. Isn't that like amazing? Like for everyone to see if they ever came into his room, like, look at this.
I really, really hate it when they portray Jo and Frederick like they argue and then she returns back to Concord. And I hate it when that happens. And it's in the 1994 film and 2019 film.
As much as I don't like that, comparing the two, the 94 version did it better where it felt more like, oh, these two are just like friends and they got like into a little argument. Whereas in the 2019 version, it's like, yeah, I sat there just like after that argument, I was like, for the first time ever, I was like, I hate Jo. And I never said that. We had to take a moment between, because we had to do something in the middle and we were kind of discussing it. I was like, I've never said this, but I hate Jo. And it was amazing to me how, again, Gerwig just, I don't know, it was so confusing. She almost made past Jo seem almost more mature than current storyline Jo, because I like looked at the screen like, you did not just say that, like when Friedrich is trying to tell her like his criticism, and like for her to full blown out and say like, you know, quite literally, I might be paraphrasing it, but it's the same feeling of you're mean and I don't like you and I don't want to be your friend. Like that sounds like what a 5-year-old would say. Like that doesn't sound very mature. If you were trying to sort of, again, I can go on about the sort of split ending, how in neither way will Jo be happy. But if you're trying to make me believe that in the Jo gets with Friedrich storyline that it's going to be a happy ending, it's not, because we barely see any real interactions with them. For most of the time, she seems to be ignoring him, probably only at the dance. That's probably like their one time where we actually see them have any sort of like, oh, they like each other. But other than that, it's like she ignores him or she's yelling at him. And like, then I'm supposed to believe that she's in love with him and that we got to go chase him down, which I didn't like Meg and Amy following her to the train station. But yeah, I just sat there going like, it's not a happy ending, even if I tried to make myself believe that Jo ends up with Friedrich part, because it doesn't seem like to that end that she was really all into him and almost seemed forced to it. Like, I don't know, like maybe that's just me, but that was what I took from it, was just that either the one story line of she gets her novel published but is lonely after that whole big speech and her writing the letter to Laurie, which never happens in the book, of saying, I will marry you, and then to find out that Laurie is with Amy, she is still, even though she has her book published, she is still very lonely. Or you go with the timeline of her with Friedrich, there's no proper development to make me think, first of all, what does Friedrich see in this Jo? Because this Jo seems totally disinterested and even mean towards you, unless you're a glutton for that kind of thing. And where in the hell did that whole, I love you sequence come? It felt more like a sort of desperation to have someone in her life, which is why neither one of these endings, I feel, is a happy ending, because it doesn't feel honest. It doesn't feel true to either one. And it's one, why would you do a split ending like that? I'm assuming to try to pander to those who are pro-Friedrich versus anti-Friedrich. But either way, no matter who you are, it's not a happy ending for Jo either way.
Yeah, I remember Jimena from the other art blog. She said that whole scene of Jo shouting at him made her feel very uncomfortable. And then she read the book and it was completely different. And she was really shocked by it. I talked to Albert Schooler, Susan Bailey, and I remember that she told me that she felt that Gerwig's film was all about money. Well, if you think about it, it tries to appeal to asexuals, LGBTQ community, Jo and Laurie shippers, those who want Jo to be a spinster and those who want Jo to be with Friedrich. And none of the characters doesn't have any kind of storyline because of this open ending. So it's all about the money and hate speech, because if you think about it, he made a hate speech complaining about Friedrich's accent and him being German. When I read the 2019 film guide, Gerwig also said that she felt really sad how Louisa May Alcott rewrote her life to her books. So I got this feeling that Gerwig, she must have had some kind of feeling that, well, Little Woman was a wish fulfillment and that she was very lonely, and that's why she wrote these happy endings to her characters. And yet Gerwig decided to go with this open ending and to make fun of the novel. Yeah, I think the 2019 film is all about money. I personally don't believe anything that Gerwig has said because they don't match with anything that Louisa May Alcott has written or said, especially when you know the context about her love life. I actually find the film very problematic in when it comes to Little Woman research and Louisa May Alcott research, because I get so many people asking me things to clarify things that happen in the 2019 film and then don't happen in the book. I read this blog post on Tumblr from someone who had seen the 2019 film, and then they were trying to explain why Laurie. And they said, it's because Jo just wanted to live happily free in New York, or that she wanted to travel the world. And I'm like, well, I've read the book. Jo is not very happy when she's in New York. And somebody also commented that when people think about Jo being alone in New York and happy, they are thinking Sex and the City or some other modern TV series. Because when the book Jo is in New York, she's actually 90% of the time with Fritz, and then 10% of the time she's with kids, or then she's writing about her writing. But honestly, most of the time she's somehow with Friedrich in different situations. When she writes to home, it's all about Friedrich in her letters. And she spends a year in New York, very long time when you are trying to get to know someone. When I think about Jo and Friedrich in New York, neither one of them actually really cares to be there that much. Friedrich has this dream that he could have a family and maybe live somewhere in the countryside, or have more of a closer connection with nature, or establish himself as a teacher again. And then Jo has this wish that she could live close to her family and have her own family there as well.
And again, that's why it makes me feel like most versions' timing of Jo going to New York being seen as almost being like, gotta get away. And on one hand, I think for Jo, it's kind of like, I was promised to go to Europe and I'm itching to just kind of go somewhere, but not forever. I will want to come back. I just need to see something, and maybe it will be good for the writing. But like you said, she doesn't want to leave home really, and it's not until that she makes a friend with Friedrich that she kind of feel more comfortable to be in New York, because I think if she didn't, she would not have been there for as long as she was. I think she probably would have been there for like a few months and been like, okay, I'm really missing home. Like there's not much here for me. I'll just go back. But Friedrich is what helps her feel much more comfortable being in New York. And it's almost a sense of, with him, a home away from home, that they both understand each other and they both have that same sort of familiarity that makes homesickness feel better. But yeah, I think if there was no Friedrich there, she would not have stayed as long as.
Yeah, I agree. It's like they are both having the same goal of wanting to have a shared home. And I think with Friedrich, especially because he's an immigrant, it really affects to that idea. I think in German they even have a name for it. It's called Heimweg nach dem Fremde, idea of a romanticized home. It means that there is a sort of a familiarity within a person or a place. So I think both Jo and Friedrich had that similar idea what a home meant for them. And then they saw that in each other.
Thank you for listening. To listen to the full episode, Jo's Desire to Become a Mother, link is in the description. You can listen Little Woman podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio and other major podcast platforms. If you would like to get updated every time when new episodes appear, you can join the newsletter at littlewomanchannel.substack.com. Take care and make good choices. Bye!